Look at this. That's how you know they're electricians. Look how clean this work is. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to week 15 of our historic renovation, and we've got a pretty busy week for you. Our electricians started rough-in, so we're gonna take out all the old systems, all the knob and tube, all the kind of hobbled together electrical system, so that we're getting this house, getting it by, but it wasn't really code compliant and it definitely wasn't safe. We're fixing all that. We're gonna talk to you about what it takes to rough in the electrical in a house of this age and size, some tips that we pick up, and how we're doing it while preserving a lot of the plaster and original carpentry details. So that's a lot of fun for us, and it signifies that we're getting very close to insulating and drywall. The window subcontractors are finished up with their install. We weren't happy with some of the details, so we kind of had to step in, get them to correct some of their work. We talk about what we didn't like, how we're able to negotiate with them to take care of their product, and we ended up with a really great finished install. So I'm really happy about how that came out, and everything is on track now for when we get that back wall down to get those windows up. And like everything else in this project, there's a bunch of miscellaneous little things that come out. If anyone's ever worked on one of these older houses before, it's like pulling the thread of the sweater. You start pulling and then you pull and then you pull. Before you know it, you're sitting with a pile of thread in your lap and wondering where the hell your house went. This is no different. One of the things that we're getting better at is learning when to stop, creating a clean break, and then building from there. Obviously, we need to stabilize things, but you'll see on Friday, we get ourselves into a masonry pickle, and we have to do a lot of on-the-fly repairs so we can keep the windows going in smoothly. So big thing for this project, we're hitting day 100. Celebrate 100 days in this project, we're gonna play a game. A little bit later in this video, we're gonna talk about all the change orders and unforeseen circumstances that came up on this project. The person who gets close what we build out, they're gonna win $100 and a free Green Building Network t-shirt. So drop in the comments down low how much you think we build out for change orders and unforeseen conditions. I wanna see what you guys think we should be charging out and what this stuff costs. So drop it in the comments, guys. Stay tuned in this video for that list of what it is, and without further ado, let's get into it. Check this out. This is one of the windows that gave these guys the most trouble, and it's still not done yet. Our masons are supposed to come by and clean up these bricks so we have a little bit more space. One thing we learned about the construction world is save your emergencies for when they're actual emergencies. Look at this. Historic approved. Giant picture window. I think it's 75 inches wide by about 60 inches tall. These guys still need to come and install our transom window over a beautiful row lock, chip away some of that masonry. And one of the things that they did not do yet, anytime you're working with new subcontractors, there is always a learning curve. What's our responsibility? What's their responsibility? Who's gonna do what? They didn't treat the sills. They kind of installed them on questionable sills, and that doesn't fly for us. So we're making them rip the sills out, replace them with a combination of AZEK in the back and pressure treated wood. Instead of charge us more money, we're gonna handle the install of the windows that go into the rear wall and the garden window that goes in the back. That works out really nicely for us because we don't have to get these guys back. We don't have to feel guilty about slowing up their project and their cash flow, and they can get in, get out. And for us, we don't have to dick around with the windows they just installed. It doesn't mess with our warranty on the windows, and it lets them have ownership of project from start to finish. But otherwise, 15 weeks in, just about, and this is where we're at so far. I would have liked to be sheetrocked by now, but that's not the way the world works. A, there was a lot of complications that came up. B, we started right before Christmas. So we had Christmas to work around, New Year's, that time when everyone takes vacations. We had some major structural change orders happening. That being said, we are closer than we look right now. After the electric is done, we are gonna have all of our mechanicals roughed in, and we'll just need to take a couple days to go detail everything. Put blockers and nailers in where drywall is gonna touch. Get ready for our installation crew. That will be a 2-day install. And if all goes well, we could be ready for drywall in like 3 weeks or so. And that's gonna be an incredible transformation. We'll be able to get multiple subs in here at one time, and the homeowners are really gonna see what this house looks like. Good morning, Tuesday, week 15. It's 7 in the morning and going to meet up with the electricians right now. I'm a little tired. I was up bookkeeping till like midnight last night, so see where these guys are at. That's how you know they're electricians. DeWalt. We're a Milwaukee family normally, but whatever gets the job done. So it is Tuesday. One of our electricians is in here now. You can see all the tools are set up. They're running boxes, running wire. And one of the things that's most important with working with great subcontractors and the same subcontractors consistently, they're willing to put up with our bull. They're leaving wire here with the knowledge that they're gonna have to come back and finish at a later date. But we're able to get the project moving a little more quickly. They're able to keep their schedule, and that's kind of why you pay more for some better subcontractors, because they will help your project move more smoothly. It would be catastrophic if we had to pause this project 100% until we can get that back wall sorted out. So, inshallah. One of the cool things that happened in the electrical remodeling world. 14.3, 3-conductor wire turned blue. 14.2, still white. One of the first things that happens, the electricians will go in and set boxes. They'll measure them out at the same height, and that will let them know where to run the wire into. Our electrician here today, one of my favorite people, got one of the coolest names. Sasha's also out here, keeping the lights on. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You heard it here, guys. Like and subscribe. I know we should have built some plywood cases for our bathtubs, but we had some leftover polyiso. That's good enough for us. And what I like about that, theoretically, it keeps people from standing on there. They'll see that it's foam, they won't step on it or put ladders on there. And I really need to go through and put these test plugs on because I don't think that duct tape is sufficient. Honestly, these are my favorite thing in the world. Technically, you can use them to test the pipes, but I want to take the wing nut off, replace it with a hex nut, put them on the drain. I swear to God, once we get to the drywall stage, people don't want to go outside. They don't want to go to the coffee shop. We don't have space here for a porta potty. They pull those things up, they pee on them, they throw water bottles down there. And if you know a better way, other than, I don't know, I should get a porta potty on this job site. I just don't know where we would do that without putting it right here. And that's not gonna happen. Stinky. What's going on, everyone? Wednesday, week 15. We are not in the field too much today. The electricians are working on rough-in. We are about to meet with the homeowners and Andre. He's the head electrician, owner of the company, Alpha Technology, who's doing our work. We're gonna walk through the homeowners, go over switch placements, go over where they want ceiling lights. Unless you have a super detailed design, layout, RCPs, and switch locations, you need to have this walkthrough. It's really important. Even when you do have more detailed design documents, that still sometimes changes based on the wall materials, layouts, changes. So this walkthrough is probably one of the most important things we're doing this week. Should be about an hour. We'll cover all the details. Also got all the spec sheets for the appliances, so the electricians know where they need to rough in their boxes, especially with wall ovens, microwaves, dishwashers not so much, but washer and dryer. There's a very particular place or very particular tolerances for where you can put a recessed box, where you can put a surface mounted box, and we want to make sure we have all the amperages correct so we're not cutting open drywall, fishing later. It's going to take us about an hour to go through all those specs, mark the walls down, take measurements, game everything out, but that could save us 20 hours down the road, so worth it. I think I hear the homeowners come in, my phone's vibrating, so let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, guys, as promised, day 100, we're gonna talk about some of the change orders. So let's see what we got. I'm sitting in front of the computer right now, and we have a structural engineer for that rear wall and supporting the roof. We have special inspections. We have to repair the roof joist. We have to remove the bedroom ceiling with plaster and fix the squeaky floor. We have to provide a new Pella Alley door that matches the windows. So that's a French pane door. I'll give you guys a hint, that's a $5,000 door right there. We have to parge the basement walls. We have to repair the rear fence with the neighbors. We have to rebuild door openings with reclaimed brick. All the infill that was gonna be wood and or siding is now gonna be reclaimed brick. We have to infill miscellaneous penetrations. We have to rebuild the basement retaining wall with CMU, grouted solid. We have to repair all the masonry openings in the alley and rear wall and install galvanized lintel. They were kind of just free floating before. Not that safe, not that cool. One thing the homeowner said that really stuck with us, let's do it now. It's never gonna be cheaper than it is today. That's true because of inflation, rising costs. That's also true because we're there with crews and we can get the work done quickly and expeditiously. It costs time and money now, but it's gonna cost a lot more time and a lot more money later down the road. What else do we got? We have to install shoring at the 3rd floor to take out that rear wall. We actually have to take out the rear wall. We have to repair the roof around it. We have to put on cladding, siding, and install those windows, maybe get a new door in there. Yeah, that was the big one. So how much you guys think this costs? Drop it in the comment. Closest person, t-shirt, $100. I'll let the person know who won, and let's see who's got the sharpest calculating skills out there. Back to the video. Thursday, end of the day, we just met the electricians. Sasha, he's the guy handling all the rough-in and a lot of the finish work on this project. He just got out of here. So it's amazing. 3 days in and he is crushing it. And one of the things that cracked me up, we're doing the exact same thing they did with the knob and tube back. We talked about it, I think episode 1 or 2. Oh, look at this. This is how they rewired the house. Dude, I haven't seen this detail before. But the house predates knob and tube. Rather than disturb the ceiling, he pulled up a couple floorboards. Rather than disturbing any of the plaster, the molding, we're going from up top. So he's running a nice distance from the top of the beam so we don't have to worry about nails going through and puncturing any of our wires, but look how clean this work is. That is a thing of beauty. Also worth noting, look how neat and organized everything is. Prefer it if those were red, but I'll allow it. Everything's neatly staged here. I know electricians get a lot of shit for never cleaning up after themselves, but these guys are, they're built different. Look at that. Little room to pull. That's a nice little detail right there. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but working with companies that you have a long-standing relationship and that really take pride in their work, it makes you look better and it makes your project go smoother, but you can call in some favors to them as well. Like, this wall is far from being done. A lot of electricians have been like, nope, call us later, slow down the project. We're able to keep this thing moving. You know, they're leaving themselves plenty of slack, but they are doing us a solid. So, appreciate that. Things are labeled. Notes from our walkthrough. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna run to our Bryn Mawr project. I'm actually out of town tomorrow. All the boys will be here working on softening, cleaning everything up, tidying, and just getting ready for when we get this amendment reviewed so we can take this back wall down and get this thing back on track. Cannot wait. See y'all tomorrow. Well, no, I'll see you guys next week. Out.
It's Friday. Green Building Network, we're back here. It's Friday. We have spent some time away from the job site, and sometimes you come back with refreshed eyes and it's easier to see some things. We're just gonna get into a quick walkthrough. I'm gonna catch the boys up on some of the odds and ends, and we're gonna jump into it. Have a fun, productive day. PMA, positive mental attitude. Let's get building. All right, so I have the my car is parked so far away. No, don't get on there, or don't get the homeowner. Don't bleep his name out. Homeowner just popped by. He's asking to do paint samples. We're gonna try and find somewhere where it's gonna be out of the way. We're not gonna show him because he's very mysterious. No one's ever seen him and Batman at the same time. Is all I'm gonna say. All right, we'll just leave it at that. So, what's going on?
How goes?
How are you?
Great.
Right here for it. So proud of you. This guy's got water. Stop recording all this.
So we arrived today thinking we had a game plan and we were going to get in here and execute. But of course, things don't always go according to plan. So once we got here, we saw the window guys were here to replace some of the rotted out sills. We saw that inside it was just... How would you describe what it looked like inside of there before, Terry?
Crumbling.
A cluster, just like Terry said.
I said crumbling.
Oh, okay, crumbling. I misheard.
Crumbling.
There's a lot of crumbling, and not the good kind. We tried getting the masons out here. Sometimes they're in the neighborhood and able to help us out, but today they are just logistically unavailable. So Terry, being the
Don't say it.
amateur mason that he is, we took stock of what we had available to us, and here we are. Terry,
Now I want everyone to look at this level. So you see, it's not perfect, but watch. Same, but bad.
so yes, it's not level on the course that we are replacing or touching right now, but it's going to be in the same plane as the previous, as all the other brooks in this row. So if there's any shimming that needs to be done, it will be across both faces of brick.
Or should I pull it out and fix it?
The entire wall.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, sound off. If you really hate what you're seeing right now, let us know. If you love what you're seeing, let us know. If you're indifferent, please, we definitely want to know from you. So while Terry's over there doing that, we are making progress on the actual punch list that we had to do here today. So Brandon, where are we at?
We had some little framing details upstairs we had to take out. Took 2 seconds. Took down our temp wall that was next to our LVLs. That was our shoring up. No need for it now. We have the LVLs in place. Now we got some soffits to build. So should be nice, easy work. Fingers crossed. But
Soffit is an acronym. Do you know what it's an acronym for?
soffit these.
Nice AZAC in there. All right, we're gonna play a little game. It's called Read the Word on this piece of wood right here.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. It's masonry. Yeah. All right.
Masonry. It's just a you thing, you know. We accept you for who you are, and
Yep.
that's
Should probably be wearing a mask.
How do you say that word?
Masonry.
Rebuttal.
Masonry, baby. All day, every day. The A is silent. Hey, stop.
Brandon's parents don't even know how to spell Brandon. Like, come on.
That's true. That's true. No, I did. I had a D in my name, but I lost it in a really bad accident.
That one right there looks perfect. I thought that was done. And then I looked over here and I was like, what's with the temporary blocking underneath?
All right, well, that's it for another week here. Our soffits are done. The issues with the brick around the window have been properly dealt with, sufficiently dealt with. It's not beautiful, but no one's ever going to see it because it's on the inside. We have a framed wall in front of it. Terry did a great job on that. The electricians will be back next week. The windows are continuing to be installed. We'll be installing a window hopefully next week, a little preview. And we're going to keep it rolling. We have a lot more to do still before we can get to our big job on the third floor, reframing that wall up there. So until then, we'll be here working hard. Hardly working. I swear that's sawdust. All right, we're out. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, guys. It's Friday. We made it. And I'll catch you guys next week on Philly Green Build. That's you.